Hey kids, it's David here. This is a brief video to talk about a side project I've been working on called MyTalk.Rocks. It started as a concept from another site I've been working on called Conferencia.io that helps monitor conferences and so forth. So what I wanted to do is show it off a little bit, maybe get some initial feedback, and maybe get some people to help private test this for me at this time. I did I did a proof of concept last year at an event called WP Campus. And I got some good feedback and good initial response from it, so I decided to go ahead and make its own app, or make it into its own app, at least for now. So here's the concept. I've been a speaker coordinator for WordCamp Miami and other conferences. I've encountered folks who want to speak, but they're wary about feedback of their talks. Very often it's the first talk they've ever given in front of an audience, and maybe they've had some bad experiences in the past, or maybe they're just timid about feedback in general. And there are others that are interested in different kind of feedback, going beyond feedback, just saying, hey, your talk was great, and blah, 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 and all that after submission, which is good, but maybe they're looking for something else. Something maybe more live, similar to how maybe audiences give feedback during those presidential town halls before elections, during the election seasons. Hopefully you know what I'm talking about there. But anyway, MyTalk.Rocks provides a safe way, or that's the goal, to provide a safe way for speakers to choose the feedback they want, and also to provide a minimum social network for speakers at the same time. And the rating, as you'll see, is done with emoji and chosen by the speaker. So let me show you how it works. I'm logged into the site right now. I'm going to go ahead and create a talk. Creating a talk is easy, and for the moment I'm keeping the settings minimal so it's easy to use and set up before a talk, especially on a mobile device. So right now we're giving a concept, or excuse me, a talk title. We can name it anything, called Beginner's Guide to BuddyPress. You can give the name of the conference there. We can decide to make this something private or not, and private just means that someone has to be logged in order to see it. And we get to choose our emoji, and you'll see what it's like in a second. The heart emoji is required, but I can pick up to 3 others, and I'm just floating. These are just emoji I've thrown up there right now, but I think at least half of these are pretty useful for a speaker. So we'll add the clap emoji, the thumbs up, and I think that's the laughing emoji. And I would hit the start button here, and it would generate a talk ready to go. And that would look something like this. So here's the voting screen, and we're looking at it and how a speaker looks at their voting screen. It's similar to what attendees would see, minus a few things like being able to start the talk and see the votes, at least for the moment. So you'll notice there's a 4-digit pin up here, and you speakers would announce that pin before and or during their talks. And users would just go to the home page, arrive at the home page, enter the 4-digit code and enter, and they would get right to the talk if it's been ready or started yet. So basically the user would do this, and it's off to the races. And right now there's only one user, me, but other people are able to join right now as well. It's working just fine. What you're seeing right now is a demo that I just ran, so the numbers are already populated, but as you can see, as you can tell, new speakers would have all these values at zeros when they start. So on their mobile devices, or when someone hears, or on their desktop, they would click these icons when they hear maybe something worthy of an applause. They would click that. Maybe something made them laugh, and maybe they just generally want to give a thumbs up, or that they really liked a certain thing. So all of these votes that I've clicked on have been recorded already. So let's just go ahead and end the talk at the moment. Now, as you can see, the voting can take place anywhere in the world. So someone in the audience can be using this to let the speaker know what parts are funny, they're loved, but the same voting can happen during a live stream event as well. And the person doesn't obviously have to be physically in the room. So I'm going to stop it. Yes, I'm sure. The show is over. All right, this has been closed. So that's all fun and dandy. So when the speaker after the talk logs back into the site, this is what they see. This is an example of a talk that I did earlier. MyTalk.Rocks generates a graph with the ratings over the span of when the talk started and when the talk stopped. And the data is going to be able to be exported, as you can see, to a CSV file. And a feature in the works is over here showing what logged in users were virtually present for your talk and maybe how they voted. So that's really it. And as you notice, this is a profile page of my talks. So I'm able to look at my personal information, edit that. This is all running in BuddyPress. I'm able to look at all the talks that I gave, and I'm also not following anyone at the moment, but just this is a social network. So you can click on the speakers during their talks, their names, and you can go to their profile pages and follow them. And in the future, when they give future talks, you'll be notified and other cool and neat stuff to go along with that. So that's really it in a nutshell. Future plans for MyTalk.Rocks might include polishing the data and the input and output, maybe determining again who saw your talk, and adding a live submit question ability so speakers would potentially already have a set of questions to answer after their talk concludes. So users can not only just vote, but they can also ask questions during the talk, and perhaps the questions can be voted up by the attendees. Those are a few ideas. I also have a few perks that I'm keeping under my hat under the moment, but this is MyTalk.Rocks in general, and I hope it would be of benefit to speakers in the future. Thank you.